agitator of Yoruba Nation at Oyo State Secretariat, Ibadan, on Saturday, 13th of April 2024. Sponsor, Right Honorable E.H. Ogundoyin, Ibadan East, the Speaker of Oyo State House of Assembly and Chairman Conference of Speakers of Nigeria. Co-sponsor, Honorable A.M. Fadeyi, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Honorable Sanjo Kwadidoyin, Ogbomoso South Leader of the House. Honorable Babajide Gabriel Adebayo, Ibadan North State. And Honorable Daoud Olalere Dialani, Ibadan Northwest, co-sponsor. The House. Note with serious concern the act of terrorism displayed by some suspected Yoruba Nation agitator on Saturday, 13th of April 2024. This man was seen to be dressed in military-like camouflage and with prompt action, semi-automatic rifle, riding on motorcycle, gain entrance into the premise of the government secretariat and hosted the flag at the House of Assembly proclaiming the creation of a democratic republic of the Yorubas. This was an audacious act of aggression against symbol of democratic governance, which is a direct effrontery of the rule of law, democratic principle, and sovereignty of Nigeria. The House as unpatriotic, barbaric, and clear case of treasonable felony and terrorism, which should be met with adequate sanction and prosecution by law enforcement agency. It was also an attempt to jeopardize the safety and security of honorable members and staff of the Oyo State House of Assembly, and also posed a grave threat to peace and stability of Oyo State and the entire nation at large. Aware that men of police force were swiftly reinforced into the scene when the agitator turned violence by opening fire on them. Further aware that officers from security agencies such as Oyo State Security Network Agency, Amotekun, Operation Boss, Civil Defense, and Security Corps and Nigeria Army joined in the force to fight the battle and to suppress the situation and return calmness and peace to the area. Concerned that serious investigation and urgent action need to be taken to abate and tackle this act of treason in Oyo State, so that the continuing peace being enjoyed in Oyo State will not be distorted by criminally minded individuals or group who tend making their livelihood from crime. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, resolve to 1. Commend His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde for his quick intervention and for his continuing support toward good security in Oyo State. 2. Commend all security agencies, the Nigerian Police Force, Amotekun Corps, the Nigerian Army, Operation Boss, and Nigeria Civil Defense and Security Corps for their prompt response, proactiveness during invasion of some suspected Yoruba Nation agitator in the presence of government secretariat. And 3. All the executive arm of government through the Ministry of Justice and Nigerian Police Force to ensure that all apprehended suspects and their sponsors are prosecuted and brought to justice. And 4. All the security agencies to further engage in intelligence patrol and intensive stop and search surveillance routine around places of residence, especially at the entrance of government secretariats, to avoid further attack from these unscrupulous elements. 5. All the federal government of Nigeria to intensify efforts towards improved security architecture within Southwest State to avoid security threats and attack being experienced in some part of the country presently. And 6. The executive arm of government in the interim to reduce number of gates leading to secretariat to a maximum of 3, i.e. main gate, fire gate and Simeon Adebo gate, to ensure surveillance and other gates including the overhead bridge to be under lock and key. And lastly, number 7, the executive arm of government to deploy adequate and professional security personnel to man the gate of the secretariat complex to prevent a reoccurrence. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague, we beg to submit.
Can we suspend the order in order to entertain debate?
Yes. Right Honorable Speaker, Order 846, Order 8463 is on page 23, and it's what exactly I asked on to move for the suspension of the order to allow further debate and contribution on this matter of urgent public importance. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Chief Whip, what is the order again? Okay.
In case we have a situation of a matter of urgent public importance, 8643 says if the claim is allowed by the Speaker and the leave of the House is given by majority of all members present, the matter shall be stand over till next legislative day. So we have to suspend that.
Okay, that's 46.3.
Yeah. Page 3.
Okay, that's fine. Those in favor that order 846.3 be suspended in order for us to entertain a debate on this matter. He seconded it. Oh, you moved it. Okay, okay. Honorable Porto.
Right Honorable Speaker, my name is Honorable Porto. I represent the East of West. I'd like to move to second the motion to suspend order 846.3 so we can engage and debate on this matter. Thank you very much.
Those in favor that order 846.3 be suspended in order for us to entertain a debate on this matter of urgent public importance, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Any comments on this matter of urgent public importance that has intensely condemned the recent act of terrorism, and to be honest is a treasonable offense by some agitators of Yoruba Nation of Oyo State in secretariats that happened on this last weekend, Saturday. You can make comments now. Honorable Babalola. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Abdul is my name. I represent the good people of Ibadan Northeast Constituency 1. I first commend the movers of this motion that has to do with a call for intense condemnation of act of terrorism and treason displayed by some suspected agitators. Pardon. For me, when this thing happened, which I equally believe that it will happen to most of the members here, we have most of our family members calling that what is actually happening to us. Are you safe? Probably for me, this is the first time I would see this thing coming very intense. And at the same time, what came to my mind was that this is a litmus test to the depth of the security of within the Secretariat, and by extension, the security in the state. A litmus test to see how swiftly the security agency can come to arrest issues like this. And of course, I can see that we could see the IT of the state. We have to give kudos to them. Of course, His Excellency, because every state in the nation will know, or your state is not just a state you can just come and strike. We view you from a distance and we arrest you. My concern permits how my random thought is coming up. My first question was, why on Saturday? That first question came to me, why on Saturday? Another question to me was, if it is Odua Nation that I want to capture, why Oyo State alone? These are questions that came to my mind. However, that is not the issue now. The issue is, it's as if we have some people within the state that want to make this state ungovernable. My personal opinion. And that was born out of the fact that, why is it on Saturday? Why is it only in Oyo State? Mr. Speaker, this is a call for the state government, of course, all the agency of the security in the state to watch out. For me, this doesn't sound like Odua trying to capture Southwest. This is, for me, looking like some disgruntled people somewhere want to be disrupting the smooth running of the governance that we have in Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
The Chairman Security, Honorable Dialami.
Mr. Speaker, my Dawood Olalere, Mr. Constituency. We just first of all need to thank God Almighty for being able to contain the situation on Saturday, because immediately I heard what really happened, I had to move to the Secretariat, because the information I had was the Oyo State House of Assembly had been invaded and their real target was to flag Odua flag on that House of Assembly, which we have all seen on most of the social media, that the Nigeria flag was being removed. And their aim was just to put that they have already taken over the Southwest. If their aim and their intention were possible, we would have just seen it on CNN that Yoruba State, Yoruba Nation has been established. But we thank God. We need to appreciate our governor for the support that he has done to the security architecture in Oyo State. First and foremost, all the stations, they came over, Nigeria Police, Nigeria Army, all of them, and they surrounded the entire Secretariat so as to ensure that none of them were able to move at that point in time. We appreciate our governor for what he has done, and at the same time, our police officer at this main gate, they were really up to the task, because they were the first person that engaged them, that flag, they even told them that they have got authority from Abuja that they should come and fly up their flag, which they requested for that authority from them. That was when they now saw there are other people with sporadic gunshots, and they also replied them. So we need to appreciate our police, the main gate of the Oyo State House of Assembly. They were up to the task. Likewise, I will also use the opportunity to appreciate the executive security of the governor for what he did on that day, because he also went to them to tell them that they don't want any life to get lost within the premises. I will also advise us that we should try as much as possible to have more police officers within the premises of Oyo State House of Assembly, because this is the center. I will appreciate all the security agencies in Oyo State. At the same time, how come for all this operation, with even what we have been discovered, that most these people, they have many centers, if they have kept their instruments, our intelligence needs to be improved, because we want to have had and captured them even ever before they did this operation. So this, I want to hold this Oyo State House of Assembly to advise the police also, so as to improve the intelligence of the state before execution of all this crime. It's better for them to be arrested before the execution, because if we were to be during the working hours, what would have happened? That's my submission.
Thank you. Chief Whip.
Right, honorable speakers, honorable colleagues. I want to commend the sponsors of this motion, and I still want to commend those my colleagues that have spoken before me. So, Speaker, honorable colleagues, I want us to confine ourselves into the content of this matter of urgent public importance. We were on holiday when the incident happened. An impression was created as if those people invaded the Halo chamber. So whatever we want to discuss here today, people will want to listen to us. People will be ready to know what exact people gain entrance into this Halo chamber. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, on the first page and the first paragraph of the motion, I want us to little rearrangement of our grammar for people outside there. Like this, I want to read from the first paragraph. After the note, these men were seen to be dressed in military-like camouflage, armed with pump action, semi-automatic rifle, riding on motorcycle, gain entrance into the premises of the government secretariat and hosted their flag at the House of Assembly. I want us to adjust that. They hosted their flag in frontage of the House of Assembly. Or
should we say attempted to host? Because I'm not sure.
Or attempted to host the premises of the House of Assembly.
The top?
Not in the house. Because whatever we discuss today will be what people will be listening to, will be authority.
And even in 10 years, they can still come back.
With intention to host in the premises of the House of Assembly. Because people believe they gain entrance, that they are putting their chair, they are having their own chair for the speaker, they have one chair for the governor, they have one chair for the chief judge. That was the impression outside. We should try and do that. Mr. Speaker, intention to host their flag outside the premises. Because it was on Saturday, they couldn't gain entrance. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, I want to add a leg to the resolution. We should, as much as possible, educate ourselves and our members of the House of Assembly, at least for a time being, are visitors to cooperate with the security arrangement in the Secretariat. And no member should be seen antagonizing the security operative. That I'm as much as possible cooperate with the security arrangement putting in place tentatively. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Honorable Babajide.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable colleagues, my name is the good people of Ibadan North to State Constituency. I also remain the Mr. Speaker, I'm going to digress a little bit on this, but where I'm going is just right now. I believe parliamentary is the heart of this government, and I also believe when they are asking one of the apparent guys, he said his own people in government are enjoying the situation around this government in the whole Nigeria. Said them outside are seen like they are suffering. So right now, for them to invade, come to the Secretariat, they believe that's where they need to start. Two, if position, they will start from that as well. So I think if we get to north to east, a member cannot work alone without by 5 or 8 policemen going with ordinary floor member in the east, because all the people agitating for Biafra, they are trying to hold them responsible because they thought they are the one not allowed that to fly in their state. And I also think such may also be in these people's thoughts, for them to try to come to the why can't they go to other places than coming to the Secretariat? We have other ministries under state government, they are not there to go and flag. It's not only as assembly and the that can flag. They have the green. They can also go to the EFCC office and flag the flag that this is the battle for you. We want to do it. So we think we also need to watch our back about these security issues in your state, especially people in position. So that's where I'm going to submit, sir. Mr.
Well, that's something to consider because there's Honorable.
Right, Honorable Speaker. I'm Honorable Wahid Akintayo, member representing Oluyole constituency and the Chairman House Committee of Media, Public Affairs and ICT. Mr. Speaker, I will also like to join other colleagues in commending the movers of this motion of public importance. And at the same time, I would like to commend the #1 security officer in our state, which is the executive governor of Oyo State, the commissioner of police, the army order. Hence the reason I want to call on this honorable house to call on the executive, the security operatives in the state to provide adequate securities for radio stations, TV stations and other media stations in Oyo State, especially those government-owned stations, perhaps if it can be extended to other private stations as well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Olonporto, last comment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Olonporto Raman. I represent Oyo East, Oyo West constituency. I equally want to, in very strong terms, commend the governor of Oyo State and the executive, together with the House of Assembly, for building a very strong security system in Oyo State. Our system was tested a few days ago and the response was excellent. The attackers they failed woefully because of the strength of our security architecture. We should give a very strong commendation to the executive governor for leading in ensuring that our security architecture is very solid and that the response is also extremely fast. That is one. Number two, I want we should work on our legal reforms, or work on strengthening our legal reforms, such that the authorization for possession of firearms is something that, of course, to see a way to review this and ensure that it is fully implemented. Guns. One, we can consider increasing the number of security operatives that we have in the State House of Assembly. I think we can do a little better than what we have. Number two, it will not be out of place to consider installing surveillance cameras within the secretariats, so that we can monitor activities and get clear pictures of what is happening from wherever we are. And lastly, we should also consider implementing access control at the entrance of the House of Assembly. We have just about 2 key entrances to the House of Assembly. We should consider the possibility of access controls, so that we have proper regulation in terms of who comes. So I feel implementing these suggestions will demonstrate our commitment to upholding the rule of law and protecting democratic institutions, all citizens in the states. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. In addition to the resolutions already stated, we've spoken about to provide adequate security, which was mentioned in the 7th resolution, but also not just for within the Secretariat. Honorable Wahid also spoke about providing adequate security apparatus around those sensitive infrastructure that we have around the state, be it public or private. For example, the media stations, maybe tertiary institutions, and just other general sensitive places where we believe that could be an easy target for agitators or for anybody else that has any negative view towards government. Also, we also spoke about, Honorable Olonkoto also spoke about to consider the legal reforms against firearms, and also to dialogue and engage with agitating groups. I believe that is something that the executive too should look into. Also speaking about improving the security apparatus and equipment all over the State House of Assembly and in this as a whole of us in the Oyo State House of Assembly, including staff and members. On that note, we'll put the question, the General House, that those who are in favor of the resolutions as stated within this matter of urgent public importance, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Move.
Mr. Speaker, esteemed colleague, next item on the order paper is personal explanation.
No personal explanation.
Next item is, okay, we are now in the order of the day paper, Mr. Speaker. And the first item to be considered in the order of the day paper for this afternoon is first reading of Customary Court Amendment B 2024. OIHAB/10/11/24. A bill for a law to amend Customary Court Law 2018. Sponsor, Right Honorable Ehe Ogundoyin, Ibalapa is Speaker. Honorable Sanjo Onolapo Adedoyin. Sponsor South, JP, Leader of the House. O.C. Rahman, Oyo East, Oyo West. B. Ho, Bamdele Oladimeji Adeola, Isanyin Tesiwaju. Ehe Ogundare Ogoluwasulere, and BG Adebayo, but are not to co-sponsor. First reading.
The leader.
Customary Court Amendment Bill 2024 is being read for the first time.
Distinguished honorable members, that was the first reading.
Mr. Speaker and esteemed colleague, next item on the order of the day paper is a motion. Motion on the need to urgently